Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, welcome. My name is Nohemy, and in today's video, I'm going to go over NASM's Mental Toughness course. I just completed it, so I'm going to go ahead and do a quick review with you guys.
My name's Nohemy, and welcome to my channel. I'm a personal trainer who likes to live life to the fullest while working up a sweat and traveling the world. Subscribe to keep up with my latest videos.
Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Like I said, in today's video, I'm going to go over NASM's Mental Toughness course. Now, I actually just took the exam and passed, so since I have everything fresh in my mind, I thought I'd go ahead and shoot this video and do a quick review of what to expect from the course and how to prepare for the course. Alright guys, so I took a bunch of notes, as you can see here, so I am going to refer to them just to make sure that I don't miss anything. I wanted to make sure I covered everything with you guys, and if you guys have any questions, feel free to comment down below, and I'll be sure to respond back to you. But yeah, with that said, let's go ahead and jump right in. So the course is 4 modules in total. It's a really short course, and each module correlates to a chapter. So there's 4 chapters in this course. Now, the first chapter is titled Concentration and Attentional Focus. The second chapter is called Confidence. The third is Motivation, and the fourth is Coping with Pressure and Adversity. I actually really liked this course. I think it's really great for someone who works with sport athletes. They'll get a lot of helpful tips on how to, motivate and inspire and, build up the confidence of the athletes that they work with, especially under pressure in the middle of a game or during practice. But it's also helpful for personal trainers that just work with clients at the gym or at home or, what have you. So those are the 4 different chapters that you're going to be going over during the course. And so they're broken down, or I should say the modules are broken down as follows. There's like an intro video, and then you're going to read the chapter. And then if the module has any like additional resources for you, you can download those. Then there's an activity, a discussion question, and then a quiz. So that's what each module is broken down into. Now the intro video, I personally didn't like it just because they had a guy in front of this screen that looked like, the background of a gym, and he moved a lot while he spoke, and I couldn't concentrate on what he was saying because he was moving so much. So I ended up having to turn the video on but look away and just hear what he was saying in order to really comprehend what he was going over in the intro. So I personally didn't like the intro video. I think they need to reshoot them. I didn't take anything from them. But yeah, so it was just the speaker. He moved around a lot, and then also the intro to the intro video and the outro both had this Captain Planet theme song, which I don't know if you guys saw Captain Planet growing up. I may be showing my age, but just that's all I could think about. I started singing the theme song to Captain Planet in my head when the intro would start and when it would finish. So I mean, I don't know if that's from a branding perspective, but it made me think of Captain Planet, so I would pick a different theme song. Anyways, each chapter you were able to open up in another window and or download it, and it was a PDF. And the PDF was anywhere from 15 to 20 pages long, and it had a lot of great information in the chapters. I thoroughly enjoyed reading them. The only thing is that I didn't like that they had a lot of grammatical errors that I found, and they were easy ones, not even hard ones. So a lot of grammatical errors, and then on 1 or 2 of the PDFs, I noticed that they kept reusing a photo, which, I mean, out of stock photos, you should be able to have plenty to choose from. And so I don't know why they use the same photo more than once in the same chapter. So I thought that was kind of weird. That's not common. But the chapters were great. They were very thorough, and they went over the topics in detail, gave you different methods that you can use with your clients, and gave you examples and scenarios and different tables explaining things further in detail. So it had that aspect where if you're a visual person, it had it visually where you could see it, or if you'd like to read it, and so I liked the way that the chapters were laid out. And then I think there was only one chapter, I forgot what it was, but I think it was chapter 3 that had additional resources, where in the chapter 3 was motivation. I think there was a quiz or a test or a questionnaire that you could give your client to see what level of motivation they were at as far as being committed to their program. And so they had those as handouts that you could download and use for yourself. So that was the downloadable resources that I mentioned earlier. And then what else? So after you read the chapter and or if it had downloadable resources, you would do an activity. Now the activities I liked a lot because they were very interactive. They put you in a scenario where you're with a client and, you know, how are you going to respond to your client if they're thinking negatively or if they're lacking motivation or if they're under pressure in this scenario, and just, you know, it kind of, you know, put you in that perspective. And it made me think about clients that I've worked with in the past and or clients that I'm working with currently that, you know, how am I going to motivate and inspire them? Or, you know, how am I going to build up their confidence? Or how am I going to recognize these, you know, signals for, you know, being under pressure and having anxiety and things like that. So I really liked the activities. They were very interactive, and it wasn't just like one screen. There were multiple screens where you had to do multiple activities. The only thing I didn't like was it really didn't tell you whether you were doing it correctly or incorrectly. On some of the screens it would, because obviously if you went to move the answer here and it wouldn't go, that obviously wasn't the answer. But on some of the multiple choice ones, it didn't tell you if you were getting it, you know, if your answer was correct or if it wasn't correct. So I think they could do a better job with the activities, just kind of telling you like, hey, that's correct or that's incorrect. And so, yeah. And then after the activity, they would have you do a discussion question. Now this I did not like at all. So the discussion question was like 2 to 3 questions that you would have to answer in relation to whatever the topic of the chapter was. But it tells you, and I wrote it down here, please note this form is not monitored regularly. Please be mindful when replying. What's the purpose of me answering this discussion question if it's not being monitored regularly? Like, I feel like, yeah, like my colleagues can reply on my answer, but I would much rather a reply from someone that has more authority. You know what I mean? So just, I didn't see the point in the discussion question. Yeah, it made you think about the topic and, you know, kind of put real world experience into your answer. But like, if no one's gonna give me a response other than my colleagues, that's of value, like, I don't know. I just didn't see the point of the discussion question. I feel like they just put it in there to have you do something, but I didn't really take much out of it. So yeah. And then after the discussion question, there's a quiz. And the quiz is 10 questions long, and it's timed for 20 minutes. And you can take it as many times as you want. I would take the quiz until I got all the answers correct, which I think there was only 2 or 3 quizzes where I might have gotten 1 or 2 answers wrong. And, you know, when I went and reviewed and took it again, I got all the questions right. So that's basically a breakdown of each module in each chapter. Now, I went through all the modules, all the chapters, and then I ended up retaking all the quizzes for each chapter, each module. And then that's when I decided to take the exam. And the exam has 20 questions, and it's also timed. I just don't remember if it's 30 minutes or if it's 45 minutes, but the exam is timed. And so, you know, I took the exam, it said that I passed. And so like I did in my previous certifications for NASM, I'm just gonna kind of let it be. I'm expecting to receive a certificate in the mail in a couple weeks. That's what happened in my past courses. You know, I wasn't notified, or I didn't get like an email saying, congratulations, you passed your exam. These are the next steps. It didn't have anything like that. I did look kind of like on the sidebar of, you know, where I was studying for the modules, and it did say status pending, and it showed that I completed everything. So I don't know if, you know, I have to wait 24 to 48 hours and check back to see if it's completed, but I basically completed the course, so I'm assuming that I'm gonna receive a certificate in a couple weeks. And yeah, and that's just an additional 0.4 CEU credits that I've just received for free, you know, because they offered this course for free. And yeah, so thoroughly enjoyed the course. There's a lot that I learned that, you know, I can apply to my personal life as far as in relation to confidence, motivation, and dealing with anxiety. And as far as like how to better help my clients, you know, the scenarios that they gave in the course, you know, I was able to kind of relate them to some of my past experiences with clients and current experiences with clients on like things that I did well, things I can improve on, or maybe things that I didn't do so well on. And yeah, so overall I enjoyed the course. I learned a lot. There's a couple things that I didn't like about like the layout, but I mean, you can't win them all. But I just wanted to give you guys a real honest review. I think this course will be really great for anybody who works with athletes, you know, personal trainers in general. It'll be great, but I think, you know, a lot of the examples had to deal with like, you know, being under pressure in a sport environment. So that's why I emphasize that I think this will be really great for a sport coach. But yeah, So I'm so happy that I came across this. Again, if you guys didn't see my last video, I came across this course on Instagram. NASM was promoting it for free for, you know, 0.4 CEU credits, and so that's why I decided to take the course, and also because the topic interests me, mental toughness, and so that's all I've got for you guys today. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you have any questions, please leave them down in the comments below. Don't forget to like this video by giving me a thumbs up and subscribe to my YouTube channel. I upload videos every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. Until next time, bye guys.